Well, here we are in the second lockdown of the year for the UK. We'll just pause while Oscar eats his dinner in the background. Perfect timing as always. You all done? Come and lay down. He's a good boy. Right, so as I was saying, lockdown 2.0. What have we learned from the previous lockdown in the UK that we can do now to get through it a little bit better, or maybe even thrive through this second lockdown rather than struggle through like we did through the previous lockdown, which seemed never ending because it was 3 weeks, it was 6 weeks, it was 8 weeks, 12 weeks and so on. It just kept going on and on and on. But we're told this one's only going to last till the beginning of December. So let's focus on what we can do now to get us through the next sort of 4 weeks or so. It comes down to just the 5 elements now that we can do well in this lockdown to see us through the other side so that we're fit, healthy, well, both physically and mentally when Christmas time arrives. So number one is a great point, whether you're in lockdown or not, and that is don't eat shit. Don't allow yourself to think, okay, I'm maybe off work for 4 weeks, it's an extended holiday, it's this massive like cheat meal or cheat day that just goes on for like 30 days. Don't allow that to happen. Yes, allow yourself treats every day, every other day, however you want to do it, but don't allow the treats to be the bulk of your diet. Allow them to be exactly what they are. Allow them to be treats. Fill your diet up, the most of it, with good, clean, natural food. So lots of fresh vegetables, lots of lean meats if you're a meat eater, lots of water going in. Try and stay away from tons of coffee every day, lots of processed food, lots of sweet treats, lots of crisps. It's easy, I know, I get it. When you're off work and you think, I can just have a few days where I can just relax. So the first few days you eat a few Pringles, you eat a few chocolate bars and so on. But then that few days becomes the norm for the rest of the lockdown. We don't want that. So don't allow the shit food to become the norm. Allow it just to be the treat that it is. And point number 2 is if you have stopped working because now you're either having to work from home or you can't go into work at all, or like me, you run in a business and it's kind of shut down for the most part for the next month, try your best to stick to your normal workday routine. When you go to work, although you might not like it, you go to work, you have maybe breakfast before you go, you have a coffee break mid-morning, then you'll have your lunch and you have a little snack in the afternoon and you come home and have your dinner. It's kind of regimented. You have that routine and it works really well for you. Yeah, okay, we've all probably got tweaks to make. We could all probably have a better lunch or like a better breakfast, less coffees and stuff, but you've got the routine where you eat at set times, you drink at set times. Your body is used to that. Now you come home, suddenly you don't have to get up at that exact time when your alarm goes off. You can sleep in a little bit. Your breakfast gets pushed back later. Maybe you skip lunch, or maybe you have a brunch and a bigger afternoon snack. Your dinner goes to sort of 6 or 7 o'clock instead of 5 o'clock. Suddenly you're out of sync with yourself and you want to try and keep that routine as much as possible. Your body needs it. Your body needs to know that things aren't changing that much. But for your own sake, you'll eat better and you'll exercise more if you stick to that routine. When that routine goes out the window, as much as you might hate it when you're actually at work, works really well for you. So try your best to stick to your normal daily routine. For number 3, I want you to try and get some exercise in. Again, if you're working from home, this works really well. You now have effectively 24 hours a day to do whatever you want, okay? If you exercise for 1 hour a day, that's 4% of your day. We can all do that, but the problem is we put it off. We wake up in the morning and we think, I'll do some exercise around about lunchtime. Lunchtime comes, you've eaten your lunch and you think to yourself, I've got to leave it 2 hours before I exercise. So you wait a little bit longer and then you find you don't exercise and dinner creeps up. Then it's the evening, you want to watch TV and chill out. You don't want to be doing exercise and you put it off and day 1 turns into day 30 and you've done no exercise. Try and get some exercise in every day and try and vary it up. Maybe you go for a walk, maybe you go for a run, maybe do some yoga, you do some at-home HIIT workouts, maybe you got some weights and do some at-home weight workouts. Try and vary it up, but try and be active for at least 30 minutes to an hour every day. If you imagine that every day you have your lunch at say 1 o'clock because you're sticking to that normal routine, 12 o'clock you say to yourself, right, I'm going to work out at 12. That gives me say 30, 40 minutes of a workout. Then I can go up, get showered, change, clean up, and I can still be down for 1 o'clock to start prepping my lunch or start making my lunch. And it's as simple as that. It only has to be 30 to 40 minutes every day. If you do that, you're going to feel great. You're not going to feel sluggish and tired, fat and frumpy throughout lockdown. Number 4 is I want you to stay in contact with people. Again, if you're missing work, you're also missing contact with people, not just your routine and maybe your paycheck as well. But I want you to stay in contact with people as much as possible. Probably the worst thing you can do for your mental health is to stay isolated in your home for the next 4 weeks or so with nobody to talk to, with no contact. That being said, I also want you to stay in contact with good people, people who are really positive, people who raise you up. You don't want people who are going to be bemoaning all the time that you're in lockdown. Isn't it miserable? I feel so depressed. Be there for them people. They absolutely need it. Of course they do. But don't let people with a negative mindset or low vibration bring you down to their level. If you are the one who's feeling a bit depressed, a bit lonely, reach out to people who can bring you up. Maybe it's a good friend, maybe it's a family member, maybe it's your coach. Stay in contact with them people as much as you possibly can so that you don't feel alone, so that you've got an outlet every day. You've got someone to talk to, someone to talk about the good things in life, someone to really pick you up and raise you up, so that when you come out of lockdown, you're excited to come out of lockdown. It's great that you're out of lockdown. You can do so much more. You don't want to come out of lockdown being miserable, depressed. Most of us are probably a little bit short financially because of the second lockdown. Let's try and do the best we can to make sure that this part of our body is in a good place when we come out of lockdown. That being said, the final point number 5 is I want you to just control the controllables. All athletes will say this, control the controllables. Don't fear and don't fret about things that you have no control of. None of us wanted to go into lockdown. We can't do anything about that. That is people, scientists and the government who make that decision for us. We just have to go by it and assume that these people know what they're talking about and they're doing the best for us. That's all we can do, and we have to abide by the rules. There's no good fretting about it or moaning about it or criticizing the people in charge. It's not going to get us anywhere. Control the controllables. What can you control in your environment now? What's around you? You can eat well, you can exercise, you can get out and get some fresh air, you can stay in touch with loved ones. They're the things that you control. Don't worry about the things you can't, don't fret about it, don't allow your stress levels to come up. Do the best you can in the next 4 weeks or so to raise your level. This is a great time for you to become a better version of yourself. By doing just these simple 5 things, you could really improve your life and improve how you approach life and improve obviously your health and your fitness, both physically and mentally as well. So use the lockdown as a great tool, a great opportunity to grow and to change your life, rather than thinking of it as some huge hindrance on your life and the next 4 weeks are going to be hell on earth. They're not, they're going to be whatever you make it. So let's make it good, let's make it enjoyable, and let's grow ourselves by at least sticking to these 5 key rules. If you like that, please like the video, please subscribe to the channel. I'll keep posting throughout lockdown, so if you do enjoy it, hopefully I'll be here for you as well, so you can watch a few videos, keep you entertained for at least 10 minutes every few days. Other than that, take care, and I will speak to you in the next video.